What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the RabidMining YouTube channel. And we all know Ethereum is moving to proof of stake, but as that happens, there will be some forked Ethereum tokens. We all know of ETHW, and we're going to look into how we can actually get this airdropped into our own wallets. So we have all heard the rumors about the forks happening once Ethereum does move to proof of stake, and it does sound like we could potentially have 8 of them. Now that's pretty insane. We do know that one is pretty much a for sure thing, and that is ETHW. Now, how can you get ETHW once it does finally fork? And that's what we're going to look for, courtesy of this crypto briefing article right here. Playing the merge, how to get free money from Ethereum's POS upgrade. A group of anonymous developers plan to launch the Ethereum proof of work fork after the merge next week. Learn how to ensure you receive your ETHW tokens. Now, I don't know how well this coin is going to do. I would not recommend anyone to be buying this coin because it's going to take a lot of user bases and buyers to make this coin a thing. And if everyone's just trying to get their hands on this coin or mine it or something, hoping it's going to be the next big thing, it's not going to have the user base like Ethereum does have. If everyone decides to start building on it, then that's a whole different story altogether. But initially, I don't know what to expect out of this coin. So be very careful with what you guys do here. Key takeaways out of this article is a coalition of developers and miners plan to fork the Ethereum blockchain after the merge. Doing so will create a new proof of work chain that will match users' ETH balances with an equal amount of new coin called ETHW. ETHW will likely hold some value and be sold on centralized exchanges that support its trading. We still don't know what type of volume could be there. After Ethereum is forked, addresses holding ETH will receive an equal amount of ETHW on the forked blockchain. Now, this is what we're going to get into. You have to have your Ethereum in certain locations. So preparing for the merge, so they pretty much go about everything we just discussed already. Now, the fork, commonly referred to as ETHPOW, will share the same transaction history as the main Ethereum network, but start creating its own blocks after the merge update goes live. Because the proof of work fork starts from the Ethereum network's pre-merge state, all token balances and smart contracts will also be carried over. This means that everyone holding ETH on chain will end up having an equal balance of ETHW on the forked ETHPOW chain. ETHW will be native only to the proof of work fork and represent an entirely different asset than the original ETH on Ethereum. So in theory, they should have a snapshot of every wallet. It doesn't matter where you are, but we are still going to go through here and where it's kind of saying, guys, this is where you should have your ETH to get it the quickest. For many Ethereum believers, the planned proof of work fork is of little interest as an investment. And this is kind of what I was touching on earlier. I don't really think it's not going to gain much traction, but again, it could. I don't really know. We don't know how this will play out. Virtually all DeFi, NFT, and network infrastructure protocols have publicly announced that they will support the POS chain, leaving the proof of work fork in a tough spot. Upon its launch, decentralized exchanges on the fork will likely cease to function, and centralized stablecoins like USDC and USDT will be worthless, potentially causing mass liquidations and breaking many DeFi protocols. Now, they're talking about the proof of work fork. On Ethereum, all this stuff will still be 100% fine if nothing breaks at the merge. But this is just talking about the proof of work fork. All this stuff will probably be broken on it because it's not going to have the supporters that Ethereum has for it. Despite the proof of work fork having to start from square one, there is one token that will likely hold some value, ETHW. Like the 2016 DAO hack fork that created Ethereum Classic, the proof of work fork could also have some loyal supporters who continue to develop it, creating demand for its token. Conversely, those who don't believe the fork will go anywhere may want to sell their ETHW tokens after the merge to pocket some extra gains. I imagine that's what a lot of people will probably do. Hey, look, free tokens, let's dump it. But what's the best way to ensure you receive your ETHW? Which exchanges plan to support the Ethereum proof of work fork? So this is when we're going to get into how you can actually get it and where you should probably be holding your Ethereum. But a lot of it is not recommended ideas because it is through exchanges and whatnot. So the first option is centralized exchanges. The simplest way to play the merge is by depositing Ethereum onto a centralized exchange that has announced it will support the fork. The list below is not exhaustive, but covers the main exchanges that have put out statements. So we got Poloniex. They have already listed the ETHW placeholder token and will list supporting trading for the ETHW fork when it launches, including creating user accounts with ETHW at a 1-to-1 ratio with the amount of Ethereum they hold. So simply move your Ethereum to Poloniex. I recommend no one to do this, but if you do, then they will reward you 1-to-1. You'll keep all your Ethereum and you will get the ETHW coins as well with the same amount. We got Binance, MEXC Global, Gate.io, and FTX. Now, these are probably more safer options in my opinion. I don't use Binance. I never did really like them. MEXC Global, I do use them, and I probably might send a little bit of Ethereum there just to hold. Remember, it's never recommended to hold your coins on an exchange just in case they get hacked or something. But if you are not a member of MEXC Global, you know, I will have a link for them as well in the description, but that's probably where I'll go. Gate.io is another popular one, and FTX I haven't really used myself either, so I don't know, but they will all support the ETH proof of work fork and also plan to credit user accounts with ETHW at a 1-to-1 ratio as well. We got OKX will list and support trading for the fork. It doesn't look like they're going to give it to you, but I imagine they probably would. We got BitMEX has launched ETHPOW Z22, a USDT. What? They got a USDT there. ETHPOW linear futures contract. So looks like they're already working on a stable coin for this. Coinbase and Kraken have said they will review an ETH proof of work fork like any other asset and list it for trading if appropriate. So they're going to go through their basis. Obviously, what Coinbase is really looking at is how is the volume on this coin. If people are actively trading it, they see dollar signs and they will list it. That's pretty much how it's going to play out. So as it sits right now, currently it appears that Poloniex, Binance, MEXC Global, Gate.io, and FTX look like the most certain to give users their equivalent ETHW after the merge. Out of these, Binance will likely have the largest market as it is currently a top centralized exchange by trading volume. However, those unable or unwilling to deposit their ETH onto one of those exchanges ahead of the merge have another option. Holding ETH in a non-custodial Ethereum wallet guarantees that your address will receive ETHW on the new proof of work fork. So taking custody. Now this is more of the safest option, I would say, but it's also potentially a bad one at the same time, depending if you know what you're doing with something like MetaMask. So a non-custodial wallet should be the quickest way to access your ETHW after a merge. Remember earlier, they also said they're going to have the whole blockchain explorer. So they should know everybody that is holding Ethereum. It just depends. Do they actually want to dish it out? Remember, less coins out in the world, in theory, less inflation and more value is what you could say. But, you know, that's what Ethereum's doing with all this burning stuff. But who knows? Who knows what's going to go on here? Now, while users on centralized exchanges may need to wait hours or even days for their ETHW to hit their accounts, taking control of your ETH funds is the surest way to guarantee you'll have access to your proof of work fork coins. However, the trade-off is that accessing the new proof of work chain requires some technical knowledge and could expose users to risk. This is what I was kind of getting at with MetaMask. There's a lot of scams going on out there, and you're dealing and signing contracts. You could accidentally click something, sign a contract, and send all your coins out of your entire MetaMask wallet to somewhere else. So this is issues that if you're not familiar with MetaMask and how it works, I probably would not, I wanted to say allow, but I would not urge you guys to do something like this. I'm going to stay away from MetaMask. I don't really like MetaMask as a wallet in general, but those taking this approach will need to add the POW network to their EVM wallet once it launches. In MetaMask, you can do this by clicking on the network at the top of the browser extension and selecting add network. You will then need to input the ETH proof of work chain's name, RPC URL, and chain ID. These details will be announced after the proof of work chain launches. The process is relatively simple, similar to adding RPCs from other Ethereum capable chains like Polygon and Avalanche. Another consideration for those planning to self-custody their ETH ahead of the merge is consolidation. If your ETH is locked in a smart contract, sitting on a layer 2 chain, or staked through a protocol like Lido, it won't be matched with ETHW on the proof of work chain. To maximize the amount of ETHW you receive, it is a good idea to convert your assets into normal ETH and hold it on your wallet in the lead up to the merge. So in theory, straight Ethereum, hold straight Ethereum, not these weird wrap things all over the place that confuse the hell out of most people out there, and a lot of people lose it. I don't know why they have all these bridges. Why can't everyone just kind of slowly do their thing? Anyway, although using a non-custodial wallet makes certain you will receive proof of work fork coins, the limiting factor will be finding a marketplace to sell them on after the merge. So we just talked to it. Those exchanges will be covering it and trading it. So we don't really have to worry about that. We can just send them over to there once you do finally get them. Since all the tokens on the fork chain except ETHW will almost certainly be worthless, using decentralized exchanges out of the question. Those wanting to cash out will still need to wait for a centralized exchange to open ETHW deposits. To ensure you're prepared, consider setting up accounts on the various exchanges that will support ETHW in advance. That way, those who want can transfer over the ETHW at the earliest opportunity, potentially selling it for a higher price. Now they're, we're getting some free coins. That's awesome. Now they kind of hit you with the punch saying, well, it might not be that good of an idea. So finally, it's essential to understand the risks associated with the merge and any proof of work forks. One frequently mentioned danger is that if an Ethereum fork launches with the same chain ID as the main POS chain, transactions could get relayed. This is where transactions signed on a fork chain could be validated on the main Ethereum POS chain, allowing for new scams that potentially drain users' wallets. Be very careful, guys. In all honesty, it might not even be worth it to even attempt any of this. Same time, we don't know. It might be. Is it worth the risk to you guys? Let me know in the comments. While such scams are possible, it is doubtful that the proof of work fork will launch with the same chain ID. They're saying it's doubtful. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It could very well happen. However, unscrupulous, whatever that word is, individuals may try to launch other forks designed to steal users' POS ETH. Be very careful before signing transactions on any ETH fork. If in doubt, don't do anything. It's better to miss out on a few $100s than lose your entire stack of Ethereum. Greatly agree with that statement. The latest estimates project that the merge will occur between September 13th and 14th. If you're planning to send ETH to a centralized exchange or your own wallet, make sure to do so well ahead of time. Most exchanges plan to halt ETH transactions a few hours before the merge to ensure no user funds are lost. So don't leave things to the last minute. And whether you're sticking to exchanges or planning to self-custody your ETH, double check everything before sending transactions and stay safe. All right, guys, so that was a fairly long article, but there was a bunch of details in there. So let me know in the comments, do you guys plan on sending all your Ethereum to an exchange or holding it on MetaMask or something out there in anticipation of getting ETHW coins? Or are you just going to relax, hang out in the background, just let it all play out? Myself, I'm still kind of up in the air what I'm going to do myself. I would like to, try to get some free coins. Who doesn't want free money? But at the same time, we're risking potentially losing everything you got. So what do we do at this point? Thank you for watching this video, guys. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.